Thanks, Coach Withers. Thank you very much. Good morning, Coach Withers.
Good morning.
Thank you very much for joining us this morning. Again, as a reminder to members of the media on the call, we are now joined by head coach Everett Withers of Texas State. If you have a question for Coach Withers, please press *1 on your telephone's keypad at this time. Coach, before we get to questions, your thoughts on last week's game against Georgia State?
Well, after watching the tape, I was really, really proud of our football team for the way we competed and fought and played with effort. And, that's one of the main things we've been looking for in the first year of this program, just getting consistency on our effort and how we play. And was really proud of the way we played. We didn't play smart. We played well early. And then we didn't play well late in the game offensively. I felt like we gave up some plays defensively, in the middle of the game, and then we played well late in the game and got turnovers. So, we kind of a mixed bag, but when you have a young team and kids are trying to adjust and get better each week, I think we're headed in the right direction.
And also your thoughts on the upcoming game at UL Monroe.
Well, obviously, I have a lot of respect for Coach Viator. I think he does an excellent job. I just remember his time in McNeese and what type of programs he put together. You watch Monroe on tape, man. You can see the characteristics of a Matt Viator team, a tough, hard-nosed team that plays hard, and good special teams, and going to be physical and play tough. And he's probably like this program here. He's trying to get personnel in place to help them get where they want to be. But I expect this is going to be another tough game for us on the road.
Thank you very much, Coach. As a reminder to members of the media on the call, you can press *1 at this time to get in the queue to ask questions for Coach Withers. We go to our first questions from Kef Chardella with the Austin American-Statesman.
Hey, Coach. Good morning.
Good morning, Kef.
You were just saying, it's kind of a mixed bag. You guys have kind of been up and down this year. Those first two drives, you guys were really humming, and then it kind of How do you maintain the balance? How do you kind of keep these guys even keeled?
Well, Kef, it's anytime you take a team that's a young team that this is all brand new for a bunch of guys. And what I told the guys just in the team meeting was, that first quarter is what our expectations are. That's kind of what we're used to. The staff that's been with me and been around the last 4 years, 2 years at Ohio State, 2 years at James Madison. That's kind of how it looks. You get some 3 and outs, you get some stops on defense, you get the ball back, you go bam, 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 bam down the field and you score. And before you know it, it's 21-0 and the team is overwhelmed. That's kind of what we've looked, in the past, what we've looked like. So, it's baby steps with this team because that team isn't that. This team that we take over wasn't that, and we're trying to teach them how to be that. So, we have to be patient, and again, the fans aren't patient. I get that, and I understand that. But, what we're doing is trying to take baby steps with this team and just teach them, everything's a teaching moment here.
With such a young team, was showing them that they can do that early on in the game, do you think that's still good for their confidence, even though it didn't work out the rest of the game?
Oh, no question. It's we go at halftime, and our kids don't know how to act at halftime. We scored 14 quick points, and really scored 21. With a penalty to bring back a punt return, and they got to understand that, hey, but we just did that in the first quarter. We go back and do that again. If we just everybody's accountable and owns their job but everything's a teaching moment, and we used it yesterday really, I think, productively in our meetings about what we can look like. You go back and you can look at this team back in the spring. Tell me what the difference is. And you don't have to tell me right now. You can tell me when you see me. The difference is we couldn't take a snap in the spring, and you look at us now, and we're at least we look like we can run some offense and do some things. We didn't play very well on defense at times, but we come back in the second half and get 3 turnovers and give our offense a chance to around score, which we didn't, but we gave our offense a chance.
Absolutely. And you've talked a lot about culture and kind of changing the attitude of this program. How did you feel your team reacted after this loss? Did they react how you wanted them to, kind of hurt, or how do you think they did?
Yeah, I think our kids, I think it bothered them to lose that game, and especially after playing well early. And the thing that I get more and more impressed about this team is, the way we were able to come back yesterday and get back to work. And I saw a bunch of guys in here this morning on their day off, wanting notes and wanting to watch tape on their next opponent. So, I'm impressed, with the way the kids are starting to adapt to what our culture is, what our expectations and standards are.
Great. Thank you so much, Coach.
Yep, thank you, Jeff.
Thank you very much, Kev. I'll pause here to get any last questions for Coach Withers. Please press star 1 on your telephone's keypad at this time. Okay, seeing as there are none, Coach, thank you very much for joining us this morning as always, and best of luck.
Thank you. Appreciate it.